Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA. Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to High School Hoops with your hosts, Steve Collins and Jake Stager.
All right, welcome to High School Hoops. It's been a while. Coach and I just spent the last 20 minutes catching up, so we don't have to do all the small talk. But before we jump in, we will talk about a couple things. First of all, our sponsors. Make sure you go over and check out Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. Mention High School Hoops, Coach Unplugged, Coach Collins, Wisconsin basketball, whatever, Cheeseheads, and they will give you $400 off on top of the stuff that they're talking about right now. And also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It subtly leads into today's topic, but if you're looking to improve on your craft, if you want to become a better coach, teachhoops.com is the answer. I went on spring break and shut my email off for like a week, and trust me, Teach Hoops members are not shy about asking for help. So I have once we get off of here, I have a laundry list of emails and calls.
Yeah, but coach, come on. That's what makes a good coach and a good teacher. We aren't shy, right?
Right.
We want to continue to ask questions and get better. So if you're shy, you're in the wrong profession. So
yes.
They
can't be shy with Mr. Official. Excuse me, sir. I think that was, did you? Yes, you cannot be shy. And this is going up. This will be going up a couple days after whoever wins the national championship. But Coach K was much calmer last night when I was watching the Duke North Carolina game.
I think the moment got to him a little bit.
I think so too, because
I even think some of
Davis was all over the officials.
He was, and I think he felt like his team was in it, and but Coach K was. I don't know. I just felt like even him, like he had no timeouts left. He was I think he was caught in the moment a little bit. But
I do not have timeouts down the stretch for him was unique.
Very strange.
Very strange. Yeah, I hope I'm like that when I'm 75. Hope I'm like jumping up and down and on 2 fake hips. I think he has 2 hip replacements.
Doesn't matter. He's done a lot. And
yep. Hats off. I'm a Duke fan, so don't turn the radio off or the podcast if you're not. Sorry. I know it runs deep. All right. So today's topic is, go ahead, Coach. I always let you run with the topic.
I've been watching all these different videos and stuff lately because I'm on spring break and I go back to work tomorrow. But I watched this little video about, I think one person that always, and I'm not going to go into detail about Coach K, but his players tended to always have the ability the desire to improve, making that gym a place that you want to be in. There's a video that's streaming across the United States right now about, and it's about his kids looking at him. He said, "This is where you want to be all the time. You want to get as many shots up." And obviously his persona speaks for himself, but he is just very a motivational person. Like, people just gravitate to him and in his substance and so forth. And I guess, and especially from a basketball coach's standpoint, I think when you have a good team or you're looking to get to the next level with your program, is how do you get your players the desire to improve in the off season? How to get better.
No, I think it's great. And like I said when I was talking about teachhoops.com, the desire to improve as a coach is similar to the desire to improve as a player. So, and I've told you this, like, I think you even said this at the bank. It's easy in early spring to want to get in the gym. It's easy when the basketball's on the TV and everyone's all excited and blah, blah, blah. That's the easy time. The hard time is when it's the middle of July, all the cute girls are at the beach in their bikinis, or vice versa, or the boys with their shirts off, whatever. And to get in the gym and want to work. So the desire to improve is a difficult task, but I think as the coach, and I don't know if you agree with this, Coach, but I think the desire to improve as a player has to first be demonstrated by the coach.
Yes. So I think that, for me, and I've done this, and the more organized I become as a teacher, the more that I am prepared every day, and my students feed off it. And I have little first graders, but I think even as young men and young women, they see their coach come in and they're super organized and they're working super hard on film and they know everything in the practice plan, and they see your scouting report and they see all that. Like, kids aren't stupid,
No.
especially young adults who are going to be in the real world in 1 to 2 years. Like, they know if you're faking it or
Right.
you're doing it the right way. You're doing it what you're supposed to at the top of a high school program. Like,
right.
they're going to know.
The thing is, they have to know you're willing to pay the price. And I said this in our last team meeting. I said this at the banquet. I've said this several times. I basically told my guys, if you want to get in the gym and I'm free, I'm there. If you want to get in and just work on your game. I mean, I can't do anything until summer anyway. I can't even, but I can open it up and I can roll out the balls and I can do that. And I can sit there and do my work while you're doing your work. And it's been crazy. It's what makes me excited about next season for my team. I have several guys that are consistent. I'm having to literally say, I can't do it tomorrow because I have a doctor. I mean, but like, I'm in there. I'll open it up at 6:30 a.m. Anytime you want to come in at 6:30 a.m. to get up shots, I'm there. Let me tell you, I'm there. I'll do that for you. But that's the desire to improve as a player.
And you can't make that an excuse for yourself either. So you have to have a time allotted for people to do it, no excuse. So
right.
Again,
and that's the thing is they know if I'm willing to get up and I'm willing to do that and I'm willing to I don't want to get up at 6:30.
Yeah, but if somebody else can't do it, if you can't do it, you need to find somebody within your program that can and delegate it. And
right. And I was gone last week. They were texting me last week. I go, I'm out of town, guys. And then I said, I gave them my assistant coaches. I said, and they opened it. Like,
right.
So I'm willing to pay the price. It shows that they're willing to pay that desire has to be on a two-way street.
Halliday presents in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated weed whacker guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength, Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
You have to demonstrate what work is. You have to demonstrate what desire is. You have to demonstrate all that stuff to them, I think. It's modeling, like you were saying, it's modeling the specific things that you want. We need more leaders. We need more vocal. Well, then I got to be a better leader. I have to be more vocal. I have to show them what that entails every day in practice, but also pull them aside and say, hey, if you want to be a leader, here's what it takes. If you want to be a player, here's what it takes. And it's reminding them of those things.
I would say that you want to give them the necessary tools to be successful.
Right.
I think we often tell kids, oh, you need to get better at your math backs, or you need to get better at ball handling, or you need to get better at this. But how do I do it? You need to create workouts, or you find workouts. And we're in a basketball world where the Teach Hoops community or where other coaches around, there are
plenty of individual workouts.
But you need to give it to them. You can't have them go and search and find it, because it's the reason why you created Teach Hoops, right? Because it's like this abundance of information and you have no way to navigate it, right?
You got to narrow it. You do. You got to narrow it.
And so when I was a high school coach, I would do a shot club where the kids would get shots up, and I literally designed it based on our offense. All right. And every shot and every action that the kids were doing in the summer were all out of our offense. Right. That takes extra work, but that is good stuff. That is good stuff.
I agree. And it has to be those kind of actions. Now, there's two types of shots too. There's action, there's volume, and then there's actions, and kids
quality
are
over quantity.
Yes. So you got to do both. You got to get volume up, but then you also have to get the types of shots that you're going to get in a specific thing. And again, yes, desire to improve is an important skill, but yes, they need, I say, I don't care where you write it or how you write it. You got to write something down. You got to be willing to sacrifice and demonstrate what you've done to not only yourself, but to the kids. It's the way to show improvement. I agree.
Here's another thing too. And I think that we often, we expect it, but I think you got to constantly embrace the kids that are doing it. And building on that positivity. Kids love that. I even have those moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, as a teacher, I'm being too negative. And then I start to funnel my energy on 2 or 3 things positive. And then the kids pick up on that and they start to do that too. Kids want to be successful, and they've got to be constantly reminded, hey, I just want to give a shout out, guys, this week to these 5 players that came in at 6:30 and got shots up. You're making us better. You're making our program better. And doing that on a consistent basis, because kids want to have that acknowledgement. They want to know that you see that. You're not asking them to give them a gold medal, but a nice verbal recognition goes a long way. And other kids start to say, hey, that person's doing it. They're going to start doing it. And it builds that trend of putting in the work. So I think constant reinforcement of the good is really important to instill that desire to want to win as well.
Yeah. And part of it's just being seen with each other and the bond. I mean, that's a big part of improving is, and I tell them this is the selfish time of the year. It's time to work on your skills. It's time to work on your weaknesses. It's time to get, do those specific things to improve the desire to become a better player. All right. Anything else, Coach? So
I hope this doesn't go very long, but I wrote this down here. I said, if players don't have a desire to improve in your program, you have a long way to go. And what I mean a long way to go is that you probably have a long way of building relationships with your players, because I think even if you don't have a undefeated season or you don't even go above 500, but you have a good relationship and rapport with your players, I think they want to get better because they want to be a part of something that they have trust in and love to do. So if you're noticing that kids don't want to get better, you need to really rethink, are you really building those necessary relationships with your players to encourage them to want to be better every day?
I love that. Yeah.
I mean, we've been doing this for over 3 years now, and we always talk about relationship building, but when it comes to getting better, they're not going to want to get better for someone that they don't care about them. I really believe that.
There's going to be a little bit of ego. I mean, they are teenagers. There's a little bit of that, but they will put in the harder work for mom and dad or for you as for someone they trust. Absolutely.
Yeah, but if you have a good relationship with them, let's talk about that too. If the parents know that you have a solid relationship with their son or daughter, that is also going to strengthen the relationship with that parent. And so again, you need to strengthen your relationships, not only with that player, because then it strengthens all the other relationships that are connected to that child.
Yes. Period. I don't have anything else to add.
Drop the mic. Boom.
Drop the mic. I think that's perfect. All right. Till next week, Coach.
Thank you.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.